heritage of our people. And I stated that I have somebody here with me. His name is Salome Anderson of you. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. And I also have somebody who is not Robert. He is Igbo like me. He's an Igbo man. He's not other thing.
For having me.
Yeah, it's an honor.
Igbo man.
Igbo.
Like it's internet Igbo. Only Igbo.
Okay.
It's Urobo.
Okay. Urobo. Okay. Urobo people are actually people that really follow culture to a full extent. That's a good one. So, one thing that interests me about people's culture is actually their weddings. Their weddings are actually very, very unique to the act of celebrating a wedding for an Urobo person.
To answer your question, I would say they don't call it, in our place, they don't call it a wedding. And then they wear that judge material, a wrapper around their waist, then they wear beads on their legs and then on their hands, and then they wear very big one, heavy, they can be very heavy, they wear them on their neck and then also beads. So the traditional attire is this, they have an attire, it's a Georgian attire too, they wear that one on their head, they wear big earrings, coral beads around their neck, and they have to be original one, like if you want to come out, because these beads differ. So they wear one, they wear that one, then they wear a lace dress, and then they tie that judge wrapper around their waist. They tie two of them because they're dressing like that particularly to go to an occasion. So they meet. Behind it is like, okay, if something could happen to that protection, and then it also oozes out this hair of like, yeah, I'm a big person.
Okay. Thank you for Urobo culture alongside the Igbo culture. And Mr. Salome Anderson Ovie has been doing justice to the conversation by sharing what the culture is like and the various facets of the culture. So, Salome.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so when it comes to tradition, what makes tradition really beautiful or culture really beautiful is not just the heritage, but the food that actually celebrates how long the culture. And what period of the year, do you people normally used to hold that particular festival?
The Urobo people, I don't think we have a particular culture that brings all of us together that we celebrate, but it now has to matter to maybe the community where you come from, so there are community festivals.
Pronunciation correctly, and I'm sorry about that. So if you know that you are an Urobo person and you want to share with us what your culture is like as an Urobo person in that particular community that you are in, it's okay to call in and join the conversation and share with us. Okay, so when it comes to storytelling, how is storytelling traditionally passed down through generations in Urobo culture?
How it is traditionally passed down is actually by the name you call it, storytelling, but there's a touch of music to it. Yeah, so when it's like a gathering around a bonfire, it's like camping, but someone will be on a traditional drum. I don't think there's a name for that. I don't know the name. Slowly, it's like those background songs we hear in Nollywood, and then there could also be, to make it interesting, there could be somebody also that's playing the flute. So it's also told by the oldest people.
Okay, wow. Okay, so I know that because you stated earlier on about the women in their dresses. They have beads, and do they have any significance? Like, do they have any importance when it comes to traditional ceremonies?
Yes, they do. You can look at it from two perspectives. One perspective is the idea that I want to look good, and then another perspective is looks, right? So the Urobo people have this, or I don't know, this perception that they are much maligned or not really looked at people. So in a way, it's to showcase. So it's not just about the beauty that it brings. For them, it's a way to like, okay, we want to portray ourselves. We want to make ourselves known. We want you people to see us. So in a way, it's like to get attention, but it's not necessarily for just the beauty. But we want the Urobo to also be, acknowledged, not be maligned. So why those beats hold a significance for both the men and the women? It just brings some sort of attention to them, and it also like showcases the Urobo. So that's the significance.
No. Okay. Wow. So when it comes to your own community now, I'll need you down to your own community. Leadership is something really important, extremely important. So when it comes to your own community, has the leadership structure in, how did you pronounce your town again? You said Imode town. How is the leadership structure in Imode town like?
Currently, they don't have a king.
Currently, they don't have a king. But in the past.
Yeah, I think it has also always been like that. Like my name, my tribe, my Urobo name is Ogene Ovie. Ogene Ovie means God is king. Everybody calls me Ovie. Ovie means king. And there are times my mom teases me at home as like, you are going to be the first king of Imode. Yeah. So you get the idea. Why I said, because they've not actually ever had a king. So what they have is a council of elders, not even chiefs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not even chiefs, council of elders.
And then the families that migrated from a particular part of Delta and then came there and made that place their settlement. So for each of the families, like they came there, got lands, settled down, and then made the place, named it the community. So it's like all those families have a right to it.
Okay.
Like if the Salomi family, there's the Jeba family, there's the Alaje. So they are just like that. So that what they have. The leadership structure there is, if there's something that needs to be settled in the community, they gather the town or the council of elders, and then they decide. And the elders are now like the oldest men in each of the families. So that's how the structure of leadership, and that's how it is in the town, and that's how they follow it till this day. There is the notion they are agitating that okay, it's about time that it doesn't continue like that. There should be a king.
Yeah.
So. Though I don't think I want to become king, but yeah.
Okay, so are women actually given leadership positions? Like, just like you said, there's a council of elders, right? So is there a leadership position for women in your own community?
No. If the oldest person in the family is a woman, she represents.
She's the one representing.
Yeah, that's how it works. Because of course they have the rule require people of respect. So nobody will go and step over it. They just what they put in front. They don't put gender. They don't do the gender stuff. What they put in front is she's the.
So we have 8490. What is that? You can show us.
As far as I know, they are okay. Let me put it this way. They are not necessarily things that they would see as do's and don'ts. But if we want to now bring it generally now, because the world has moved. So if you go over to Urobo land now, there are some persons that feel like they want to stay detached from where the world is going because they feel like everybody has abandoned the do's and don'ts. But there are still, of course, do's and don'ts don't ever end. So let's say in the Urobo land, marriage is binding.
Sorry, please, let me take this call. Hello? Hello, this is Wish 99.5 FM. Hello? 73. Hello? 73-0907-08.
There are no, like I was saying, marriage is very sacred. So that's why, like I told you, they don't like wedding because they feel like wedding will create some sort of opening for there to be a disaster in the marriage tomorrow. So they want it to, the first thing they always want to do, in fact, what matters to the Robo people, like as a people, is the marriage, because in that place they feel like when you come into that, you know what you're getting to. So there's something of like a right. I think I didn't mention earlier, a right that you do during marriage, where you're entering like a covenant. So and it's not a scary thing, just they want you to have an understanding of what you're getting into. That's why if you go to Delta State and then you're opportunity to be in an rural community, you can hear of people that have been in marriage for like 30 years, and then that's like, it's with that understanding. So because they feel like when you get into it, you should not do anything with somebody else. So rural women are said to be very, very loyal women. Okay. I don't know why they push it to one side, because I feel like, okay, they should also say that the men are very loyal men. I've also done kind of like my study with some persons that I've known around me, like friends growing up that from my place, and I've also seen that is it. They don't do anything that is an abomination as per concerns marriage. Then taking somebody's property or fighting over lands, like you will hear in other places where they say, okay, people got into land fight, and then it doesn't happen in my place. Because let me use Imbu town for example. Now, if two families or two men from two different families are having an
Sorry, please, let me take this call. Hello? Hello, good afternoon. This is Wish 99.5 FM. Oh, continue, please.
So if two persons are having an argument over land, they will take it to an elder. Then it's the council of elders that will settle it. Okay. So it is an abomination in Yoruba land for people to be fighting for land. Because like Imodi now, they believe that all of them are family there. It does not serve your mother. It is somebody else from outside that is an Yoruba person that understand, that will do the scolding for them. Because they feel like, no, it is an abomination. And then there are things that you can do that they will call it slap. Okay. Like literally, like let's say maybe your dad is talking to you and then you talk back, they'll say you slapped him. Like he exaggerates, so I don't know whether to make you see the severity of what you're doing. So that's like you don't talk back as an elder. Then you don't you don't, as a man, you don't have an affair when you are engaged to somebody. And as a woman too, you also don't do it. Engaged, you're not married yet. Your families are met, some rights have gone down to show interest. If you do so, it is believed, and it actually happened a lot of times, that one of the both of you and me, and has been seen in many cases, lead to death of that person, and vice versa. Yeah. So those are some of the ones I know. They are.
Thank you so much for sharing what the Urubu people in Imodi town, actually what their culture and heritage is like. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, so when I introduced Need to Know, I told you I have two guests with me. Somebody who's an Robo man alongside somebody who's an Igbo man from Idata North. Precisely, he's no other than Izadu Chinechirim Williams. And the reason why I brought these two cultures is because, when it comes to culture, it's good to know which and which, like what is what in this particular culture, so that when you want to maybe go to that part of the world, let's say you want to go to somewhere like Delta State, or you want to go to somewhere like Bayelsa, or you want to even go to Imo State, you get to know, okay, fine, this is how they behave, this is what, and then you get to make the necessary adjustments, and of course you definitely have a wonderful relationship with these people. So Mr. Okay, so I'll start by asking you this. What is traditional foundation of your own community in Imo State?
Generally speaking, Igbo people are good people. A foundational, I think, to get
in your own part, in your own community.
Okay.
Yeah.
In my own community. Okay, that's good. We generally are, especially the men, are taught to from young age to be kind of a leader. You are taught that you are the head of the family. That is why I don't know about other parts of the country, but when it comes to Igbo people, there is a more strict raising of the male child.
Okay.
Because he's seen as a protector. He's seen as that's why the men, Igbo men, can take care of their women.
Wow.
Because they are taught to, at a young age, lead. At a young age, be caring. And they are taught to be hardworking. Igbo are generally hard workers.
Okay.
An Igbo man can rarely...
Sorry, let me take this call. Excuse me, please. Hello? Hello? Okay, please continue.
Okay. An Igbo man is rarely idle. They are they just need to find something their hand is doing so that they can be able to provide for you. An Igbo man sees help as if he is holding something for you. Like when you favor an Igbo man, like you helped him with something, in his mind, he's waiting for an opportunity to kind of repay you.
Okay.
Because they feel it is their responsibility. That is why an Igbo man will, even if he's dying, he might not ask for help. He will want to be the one to take care of his family. So they are generally, Igbo men are generally, even the women, hard workers. They are hard workers, Igbo. That's how they are trained.
Sorry, excuse me. Hello? Hello? Oh, I'm sorry. I think the network is giving issue. I'm so sorry you can't reach us now, but keep on trying. You can call us on 0708 029 5995, 0708 029 5995, or call us on 0907 in your own particular community, specifically your community, because if you're an Urobo man or woman, it may differ when it comes to culture in the community. And of course, if you're an Igbo man or woman, it also differs in culture when it comes to the community. Okay, so let's continue with the conversation, Mr. Isaku. So, you have been stating clearly that the Igbo people generally are known to be strong people, which is good. It's a great thing. It's actually something that I think most people understand and know. So, what are some of the traditional rites that are performed when it comes to weddings in your own community specifically?
Weddings?
Yes, when it comes to, marriage.
Okay,
Let me put it that way, because it seems like culturally people don't like the whole thing about wedding. They don't like the word wedding.
That we all do wedding, because it's just a ceremony. In the ceremony, at the end of the day, we still do the wedding. It's just a ceremony. The reason why marriage is stressed, so that you will not confuse wedding. Like when you knock, it means like you will come and make your intention known to the girl's family. Like I've seen one flower like that, and this kind of talk. When I was there talking, I was like, why not just say there is one girl you've been eyeing?
Yeah.
They were using all this flower, all this terminology, like the girl is now a fruit, all this kind of, and they will be like, okay, you don't have a problem, but you actually have to come with something in my community. You don't come alone to do that knocking. You come with coconuts. You come with a bag, and you can take care of our daughter before we hand him over to you. So
what are there specific gifts?
No, there are no specific.
Okay, continue please.
So that's okay. I forgot to tell you, that's Ekwaka. That gift you are bringing is like Ewayenye. Like kind of you are putting something, like you are putting form. You are dropping a form.
Okay.
And that can, more than one person can actually come and pick up form if they want. But the person that will not be giving list is the one the girl accepts as, okay, this is the one but it will be the parents that will know that. Then they will not send you the list of what you are to get for the lady you are intending to marry. So when you get those things, you now come back and you present them, and then you now pay the bride price. Don't forget that. Then now you can either choose to bring all those things monetary, like, okay, I don't want to buy all this. Now how much? All of them is costing 2 million. Okay, take 2 million. You will give the family the money for the items, or you can still buy it. Nobody will tell you the one to do. You can now choose to now do the traditional marriage after the payment of the bride price. You cannot do it that day, or you can just do small ceremony. The point is that after that, you are carrying your wife home if you so desire. After that ceremony. Okay, so you don't have to wait for like 2 or 3 or 4 days. No, once we are a friend of mine got married. The father told him, I don't know the girl's father. You are the girl's. You are, anything that happens to the girl, they will now have to hold you accountable for her. So once you have the ceremony is over, it's like they are handing over parenthood kind of to you. Okay. Take. I continue from there. Yeah, we have tried. Not take over.
Thank you. So you said you're from Datonos.
Yes.
Okay. So when it comes to the part that you're from, because even in Igbo culture, you have people in Igbo culture. We have different soups, and some soups are particular to what's called a particular part of Igbo people. So what food is particular to your community that necessarily soup?
Generally yam. Igbo generally.
No, not in your own
and in my community.
Yeah.
Yam, that is yam, that's what we call it.
Okay, but like, what, don't you have like specific food that people know your community for? Yeah.
Okay, my community generally in Akwu, we like yam. It's not just because of our community, it's general for Igbo.
So, in your community, for example, when it comes to leadership, because leadership is something that's extremely important for every community in order to maintain law and order. And, for some communities, they love the women to rule. They actually respected that. So, do you know what? We need to give women a position. In your own community, how is the leadership orchestration like?
We rule.
Do you have kings or chiefs?
We have king, and it is selected.
That's for the Urobo culture. That's for the Urobo culture. Yes. You okay? Okay. Thank you very much for joining in the conversation, Chris. Thank you. Okay, so That's for you, Salome, for Igbo culture.
Okay.
In your community, that's what he's saying.
Okay. So Chris, I believe you can hear me very right now. So I'm going to answer this generally. Now, he said something. He said, was asking, the question is, what if the elder person is the wrong person?
Yeah, especially if it's your father. In the context of if it's your father.
So now we're looking at respect and disrespect. At no point did I say it wouldn't happen. I understand me. Plus, he has to understand something. What I'm saying is, it is seen generally as you should. What you're doing then is not disrespecting the person. What you're saying is the truth. It is different from when you are talking back at an elder or you are insulting the person. Now that makes it disrespect. It's no longer whether it's truth or lie. So once he can understand it from that perspective, you will get the idea of what I'm saying when I say you don't. It is seen generally that you don't talk back at your elders, because at that moment, if you're talking back, you're not seeing exactly what happened. What you're